Vamos a la playa.
Hola amigos, it's me, Paul.
And I'm Daniela.
And today we're doing a draw for 10 nights at Casa Cantina. So if you're a member to the channel, either on YouTube or Buy Me a Coffee, you're eligible to win 10 nights at Casa Cantina here in Bucerias. So that's pretty cool, right? So earlier today we've been planning to do a live stream for the last week or so, and I did a test. I tested the camera, the equipment, everything was good, and I spent about a couple hours yesterday setting up cool graphics to share with you guys, and unfortunately, literally like 2 minutes before we set up the stream, 2 minutes before we were about to go live, and the picture went black.
It's like frozen too, right?
Well, it froze later.
Yeah.
So it just, little by little, everything started falling apart. And I was like, you know what? Let's just record this like we normally do. Unfortunately, sometimes there's technical difficulties. So sorry about that. We do like doing live streams because it just feels like we're connecting with you guys, because you guys can chat, we could respond. But so send your comments, and we'll answer all those comments in the comment section of this video.
So that's the reason of why this setup.
Yeah, exactly. So before we go into the draw and picking the winner, we wanted to give you guys just a little update, because we're now entering Semana Santa week, Semana Santa, right? And that's always a time that we go, okay, the season here in Bucerias is about to end. As far as the high season goes here, when everybody's here, it goes from about November to April, right about now. And so, what do you think, Daniela?
I think we should just dive into our updates. Well, you guys know we have a baby. That's the newest addition of the family. And he's doing very good. He's
Little
healthy.
Max.
Yes, he's healthy. He's not a big napper, so is that the word?
He's big, but he's not a big napper. He doesn't like taking naps. He takes about 30-minute naps.
40 minutes.
40 minutes, and sometimes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And he probably could use like 2 hours.
Yes.
And so that just makes things hard,
the thing
right?
is, during the whole day, it adds up to maybe 2 hours sometimes. And it should be like 6 or something, who knows. But it's just not that much. So he's always, seeking our attention. And so we're tired, but we're very happy that he's healthy.
Yes, he's happy and healthy. Like, you would never know it that he wasn't getting the naps that he needs.
He's not in a bad mood or anything.
But as far as we go, I think we could use a nap.
Yes.
So that's a big reason why we didn't meet some of our goals that we set out this season, because Max pretty much took up most of our time. So, and besides that, we did get busy with other things, and I ended up getting a couple of gigs that required me to travel for one was for a full week and one was for 5 days, and so we didn't get to do some of the things that we planned to do. And one of those things was we wanted to set up at Fruteria Kenya, with Pablo and his family, and do that every weekend. So our viewers and subscribers can come and meet us, and we can meet you. And so we're like, oh, let's do that. Let's try to do it every weekend. And then pretty soon we're like, hey, you know what? Let's do it every other weekend. That's enough, right? And then it turned into, let's do it once a month. And then it became once.
A month.
Like we did one of those. And so we're sorry about that. We really did plan on doing a lot more.
Yeah. We even had leftover bread.
Yeah, we did.
We froze.
Yeah, we made banana bread. We planned on giving that out to everybody, but it didn't happen. So anyways, we're hoping that next season we'll stick to a better meet and greet schedule for you.
Yes. But thanks for the ones that did come that time.
Yeah, that's right. We had a good showing, and thank you to Pablo and his family. Super nice at Fruteria Kenya. So if you're gonna get some fruit or some veggies in Bucerias, go to Fruteria Kenya.
It's right by the canal.
That's right. That's right. So, but I would say that we did do some good videos over the last few months. Yes. There was the video about the scammers that my mom, Tutu, she did an amazing job. She got a lot of really good feedback about her acting skills. Yes. And I gotta say, she outdid me, right? She's the star of the show there, which was pretty cool. And
she's a big fan too.
Yeah, she's a big fan. Yeah, so she enjoyed that praise, and you know it's crazy because I put that video out and you think, man, these scams are so lame. You know, like the ones where they throw stuff on you like liquid and they say it's bird poop, and you know, I follow the Facebook groups, and every once in a while it says, oh, we were in San Pancho and somebody threw stuff on us. They wiped us down with some, you know, cloth, just like I showed in the video. And they took my wallet and replaced it with one that was filled with like cardboard. So it would feel like you still had your wallet, like they didn't take it. Yeah. So pretty lame, pretty sneaky, and pretty lame that those scams still happen. So
I mean, in the video you make them look funny, or you know, because obviously you're overacting.
Right.
But the reality is those things happen.
Yeah.
And more than what we think, right?
Yeah. And so some other people were sharing scams that happened to them, and I was talking to somebody I know here, and they were saying a few years ago they were at the ATM and they were trying their card a few times and it didn't work, and they're like, what's going on? Some lady comes over and says, oh, you know what, I can help you. And she takes the card and she tries it. It doesn't work. And so after some time, the guy, you know, he left, and then he realized, oh, they swapped my card. I have somebody else's card now. So they took his card and they went shopping over the course of a couple hours. And so that's another scam that you should watch out for. Yeah. Basically, if anything's happening like that seems kind of off or weird, just put your guard up.
But I guess also it's just maybe like a gut feeling, because then there's a lot of weird things that you feel is weird.
That's true.
But it's Mexican hospitality. What if it's
sure,
not,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
yeah.
you know, you guys come from either Canada, US, or wherever, you know, another country.
Right.
It's just not the same costumes.
Yeah.
And then some things might be like, oh, how come he's either too friendly or too...
Because people do help you here. That's the other side of the coin, right? Like, people are very helpful and hospitable. So you're like, is this what that is? You know?
Yeah. That's why, you know, it's a little tricky, but...
Yeah.
That's why they trick you, basically.
Right. But. So if it's Daniela helping you, you could pretty much guarantee she's not scamming you.
No, I mean, but, you know, that's why I say go with your gut feeling.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
For sure. Oh, and then the Logan video, there with where he almost broke his neck, right? Almost died in Mexico. No, I mean, that's what happened, right? Like he had a pretty horrible crash on the beach there. So
Tutu right there.
Yeah, Tutu just opened a beer. No, that was a Diet Coke. But yeah, it was interesting because I'll put a link in the description of this video. There was an Inside Edition video that they posted a couple of days ago. Now it's probably like about 5 days ago. And it was almost the same story where a couple of guys were on vacation in Tulum, and one of the guys was playing in the waves and he got crushed by a wave and he ended up like breaking his neck, like very similar.
He was paralyzed or something.
Yeah, like
not completely, but at the moment.
I think he was in worse condition than even Logan was.
Yeah.
And then so it was his friend that was telling the whole story of what happened to his buddy, and it was like he was in a nightmare situation, and the way they wrote the story was just like, oh man, don't go to Mexico. Because if you go, you're going to be in a horrible situation. And one of the things in that story that stood out to me was that when you're super stressed out and you're in that emergency situation and you cannot communicate well with the hospital or the people that you're around, you're in a panic mode and you think that oh, this is, and then when something different happens, like for example, the doctor said, we're not going to operate on you until you pay $20,000, right? And so that would never happen in the US. They would just start working on you and hope to collect the bill later. And in this situation, they're like, no, we're not going to even start working on you until you pay. And he took that and he reported that in the story as they were holding him hostage, basically, like it was like a ransom, like, hey, if you don't pay, then you're going to be here with a broken neck and not get operated. And so in reality, the hospital, that's very standard practice here in Mexico at a private hospital. If you show up and you have something wrong, you have to pay up front.
Well, it's more like they make a hold on your credit card.
Right. Yeah.
Like you would at a hotel. You know, you arrive, you check in, they do a hold, and that's for the expenses during your stay. It's exactly the same situation in a hospital. You come in, and then you have to do that. That's why in the video you said it's better if you just check in or give your register before.
Pre-register.
Because then it's easier when something like that happens, right? You don't have the time to think about any other stuff other than putting your card in.
Totally.
So
yeah.
And that's also obviously because a private hospital, like Paul said, but we also do have government hospitals, which most people just don't want to go, and it's just a long line, and it's it's usually the same doctors, so it's not that it's a bad service. It's just in general the installations and just the time that you're waiting there is longer.
Right.
So the service is less efficient, I guess.
Yeah. So anyways, it turns out, he got flown back to Houston and he's making a good recovery, so that's good. So I just look at it like it was the timing of the video where it came out right before spring break and they painted the picture. If you go to Mexico and you get hurt, it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, because
right?
this was in Tulum. Right?
Yeah, this was in Tulum.
Which is a very popular destination now.
Right, and so it's like they just want to get people to stay here in the United States, and that's what I was talking about in my other video, where I was talking about, is it safe to travel to Mexico, right? And that was one of the things. I'm like, they're always putting out the propaganda right around this time, and like clockwork, they did for that Inside Edition story. So I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to kind of debunk a few of those things. I don't know if I did a good job or not.
Well, it's more like explaining what that might mean.
Yeah.
Because we weren't there either. But, just in case you didn't know, that's how hospitals work.
Right. Yeah. And Logan made the great point of pre-register and then just get travel insurance, right? Maybe they didn't have travel insurance, or who knows, right? Those are the most recent videos that we've done. I have a couple more already shot. I just need to sit down and edit them. So I look forward to producing those for you guys in the coming weeks.
Yes.
And
talking about, the season and the holidays, this is, Easter week, or
that's right.
We're coming into Easter week, Semana Santa and Semana de Pascua in Mexico. And, basically we were thinking about this is like a great time to visit.
Yeah, like it is.
We told you guys last time, because we did go to the Oyster Festival at the end of it, but you show a little bit.
Right.
And we were talking how nice the weather is, and actually right now is the same. It's very nice.
Yeah, because what happens is all the Canadians who come for the season, and even some Americans, they go back north because the weather's better, and right around this time is Semana Santa, where all the Mexican nationals come to the beach, and so they want to avoid all that crowd and all that chaos, and so it's like, well, it's time to go. And so if you wait until after Semana Santa and come then, it's like the town is basically empty, right? Like you have it to yourself, and the weather is still good. I would say up until around July, like if you come through June, the weather is still very reasonable. Like right now, we're having beautiful weather. Usually around this time of year, it is warmer. We would already be feeling the humidity. So it's kind of like it shifted a little bit this year, where in November this year, it was still humid. I don't know if people remember that, but like it was like even through November, like late November, we were feeling humidity, and now I still don't feel it. So that's nice. So if you plan on coming to Bucerias, this is a sneaky time to come.
So basically, if you happen to win the 10 nights at Casa Cantina, this will be a perfect time to visit, April or May.
That's right. April, May, June, I would say.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
Yeah, very cool. So, and one other thing I wanted to do is give a shout out to Dale. He's like a super fan, and I got to meet him this season. He was staying here in our koto, and he was just a super nice guy. And something very unfortunate happened. He ate some bad shrimp that he got on the Sunday market here in Bucerias, and it made him sick. And for whatever reason, his body it did not go well for him. So he was in the hospital, and he's actually still recovering. So I wanted to say, get well soon, Dale. We're all praying for you and rooting for you.
And then on that note, we always also remind you guys, that, right now, because it's still a nice weather, but because we're going into summer, just keep in mind that, we always are very careful with eating seafood out there.
Yeah.
Just not that places are anything wrong with them, it's just that it's at your own risk.
Yeah.
And that could happen, even when it's good weather, which it happened to Dale, but just be mindful of it.
For sure. Yeah, but we do have some really good food. It's really nice. There's some new restaurants popping up. We just went to one called Baklava. And that's like at the northern end of Bucerias. Mm-hmm. So I think you can really only get there by car. I'm not sure if you can go in through the beach, because it is right on the beach.
There's some rocks there, and also it's a little farther, all the way up north.
It's pretty darn far. It's almost like in La Cruz, like where Puntas Esmeralda is and stuff like that.
So if you're coming from La Cruz, you're gonna find a way to come into that restaurant on the highway, and you just have to go to your right quickly as soon as you see the sign.
Yeah.
And it's passing these apartment buildings called Narval.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where it is. They also have a venue in Sayulita. That's where you try it first.
Yeah, they have baklava in Sayulita.
We went to this one though on Sunday, and it was pretty nice.
Yeah, I had a burger, and I would say it's very good burger. And then
your mom had
Tutu and Emma
toast.
had French toast.
Yeah, they both did.
Yeah, and you didn't order anything.
No, because I had breakfast that day already.
She couldn't wait.
I'm eating at different times because I'm breastfeeding, so it's like I'm hungry all the time.
That's right. Yeah. All right, so the moment we've all been waiting for, we're about to do the draw. I actually did it right before we tried to go live earlier, and the winner of 10 nights at Casa Cantina is Barbara Ramirez. So congratulations, Barbara, you are the winner of 10 nights. Yes, and am I saying that correctly, Daniela? Barbara Ramirez?
Yes.
How would you say it?
Pretty similar. You
I know, but I want to hear you.
Ramirez.
Okay, and Barbara?
Barbara Ramirez.
Barbara Ramirez.
Yes.
Something like that. Did I do it good?
Yeah, you just have like
tricky.
this Mexican accent now.
Oh, wow, okay. So, Barbara Ramirez, you have 10 nights to claim that prize, or we'll give it to somebody else. So we'll do a redraw, and you guys will find out about that in social media post or in the next video, because we want to make sure somebody does win. Yes. So send us an email, info@movingtomexi.co, to claim that prize. But what happens if you didn't win? Well, it's okay. There's going to be a new draw coming in about 3 months. I'll set the date a little later. And that is for 5 nights at another house that we manage on our vacation rental business, Beach Life Properties, and that is Casa Limon. And that's 5 nights at Casa Limon. So you want to stay as a member, or if you're not a member already, you want to sign up. And you could do that either on Buy Me a Coffee or right here on YouTube. So sign up and become a member, and you can win 5 nights at Casa Limon. So whoever wins that Casa Limon 5-night stay, you're gonna get a 3-bedroom condo here in Los Amores, and that has a beautiful garden, a community pool, and your 10-minute walk from downtown Bucerias, and even a shorter walk to the beach. So it's a great place to stay, and we recommend booking or staying in Casa Limon like right around this time, maybe next year or whenever it's available for you.
Yeah. So for the one that wins, probably will be till next year. But who's interested in coming anyways? Actually, it is available starting April 10 this year, 2024, and just email us and we'll find availability for you.
And so if you want to check out what other vacation homes we have available, you can go to our website, www.beachlifemexico.com, and see all of our beautiful properties here in Bucerias.
Yes.
And if you have a vacation property here in Bucerias that you're looking to rent, we can help you with that. Send us an email, info@movingtomexi.co or info@beachlifemexico.com.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Muchas gracias and felicidades to Barbara Ramirez. You have 10 nights to claim your 10 nights at Casa Cantina. So if she doesn't win, somebody else could win. Pretty cool. Everyone's kind of rooting for her to miss this video, right?
I don't know.
Maybe they're happy for her. Anyways, thank you very much. Muchas gracias. De mi familia a la tuya. Dios te bendiga.